powerful reaction to the story. We want to bring in radio talk show host Bill Press and Roland Martin, the host of News One Now. Nice to have both of you with us tonight.
Glad to be here.
So when you sit back and we're listening to everything that's unfolding here, as Steve pointed out, there are many in the Sanders camp who do feel that Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the DNC, that they are clearly in the Hillary Clinton camp, and this is, in their view, one more sign based on the reaction. Bill Press, is that what we're seeing?
Well, I think we have to keep in mind, number one, that as Cal Perry told us before the break, this is the vendor that screwed up. The Sanders campaign didn't screw up. The vendor screwed up. Why didn't they fire the vendor and get somebody in there who can build a firewall? This isn't the first time this happened. Secondly, listen, I have been to DNC meetings. There is no doubt in my mind the DNC is a cheering squad for Hillary Clinton. If you look at the number of debates, the little number of debates, Martin O'Malley has made the same point. So I think on that score, the Sanders campaign is absolutely right. She's a former first lady. They love her. They hate the fact that Bernie's running against her. And third, I think the timing is suspicious here. This whole thing this breach became a big deal the day after Bernie gets the endorsement of the communication workers and Democracy for America, and the day before the next debate. I smell a rat.
And others have brought up that interesting timing. Roland, when you look at this and you look at the reaction, as we were just talking about with Steve, one thing that's interesting is we weren't hearing much from the Clinton campaign until just now they're starting to do a conference call. Does that raise any flags for you?
No. If you're the Clinton folks, why should you say anything? You allow the DNC to do what they do. Let Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz be out front, because this is really, the lawsuit is not the Sanders camp against the Clinton camp. It's Sanders against the DNC. But I'm going to go a totally different way here, Erika. This is manna from heaven for Senator Bernie Sanders. For the last several weeks, you've seen his campaign complain that the networks have been ignoring his campaign. They've released studies showing how much time Donald Trump has been talked about, how much time Bernie Sanders has been talked about. When is the last time Bernie Sanders got this much attention? So you're filing a lawsuit. This plays right into the hand of an insurgent campaign saying, see, look at them. They're trying to sit here and take us down, and when we have the primary coming up. This is going to gin up his people. This is going to have them activated on social media. So this really, what the DNC did plays right into the Sanders camp, because it's giving them a massive amount of attention when, frankly, they've been ignored by national media.
So, Roland, does that also help them with tomorrow night's debate, perhaps getting more people to tune in? Because let's be honest, these Saturday night debates... Not exactly your prime time schedule.
I'm not understanding why you're bearing debates on Saturday night. I would think you would want 18 to 20 million people watching your debate. But watch, Senator Bernie Sanders is going to go into that debate, and here's the deal. You're going to have more media paying attention, more people paying attention, and he's going to be able to say, he's going to be able to rail against that, and likely going to call on Secretary Clinton to say we should be standing for total fairness as Democrats. This also drives the Sunday morning conversation, which drives the Monday conversation. This, frankly, is the best thing that's happened to the Bernie Sanders camp in about 2 months.
So this is the best thing to happen to Bernie. Bill Press, what does Martin O'Malley need to happen so he can get a little bit more traction?
Maybe Martin O'Malley should come in as an amicus on this lawsuit or whatever. But Roland's absolutely right. I mean, for one thing, this reminds us all that there is a Democratic primary, right? There is a contest on the Democratic side. Who's been talking about that in the national media? Nobody's been talking about it. And now you've got a real issue. I think it's a gross overreaction on the part of the DNC, but I think the Sanders campaign has handled it brilliantly. They're making it, I think, a bigger deal than it is. And as Roland says, they're getting all the attention.
Well, I know what the two of you will be doing tomorrow night. Bill Press, Roland Martin, you've got a DVR. You can do that too.
Christmas parties.
Bill Press is a man with a lot of invitations tomorrow night. He's very busy. Nice to see you both. Thank you.
Likewise.
Thanks, Erika. See you.